warm welcome to all of you. It's actually a wonderful Saturday so far because India have won their first medal at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Sanket Sagar, he has won a silver in 55 kilograms in weightlifting category in the Commonwealth Games. We talk about that. Nikhil Narayan's here with me. Yes, at the background, it is Rohit and Karthik who've starred in India's win in the first T20I. But I've got to get you this breaking news because this is something that has just happened with Sanket Sagar, who comes from Sangli in Maharashtra, who won a silver today in weightlifting, the first medal for India in the Commonwealth Games 2022. Fantastic story of Sagar. Father runs a pawn shop in Sangli, Maharashtra, had the dreams of making his son a weightlifter, and here we are today. Though Sagar would be slightly disappointed because his best is 256 kilogram in total, but today he lifted 248. And that is because he was injured attempting his clean and jerk in 143 kilogram category. That's right. So 256 is what he has, his national record and the Commonwealth Championship record. 113 kilogram in snatch and clean and jerk, he is lifted 143. But today, as he was trying to attempt that in clean and jerk, he got injured. His right elbow was injured, and unfortunately, the Malaysian Anik Kastan won the gold. He lifted 1 kilogram more than Sanket Sagar. But wonderful, wonderful news coming from Birmingham. So yes, now let's get back to cricket. Nikhil, again, wonderful news. India continuing the winning run in T20Is, but 68 runs. That's the victory margin. And that was because of how India just put out a completely all-round performance in the first T20 International.
Absolutely. Firstly, I think credit to the batting. It was actually a 140 wicket. We discussed this in a preview show yesterday. It was a 140 wicket. It had a lot for both the fast bowlers and the spinners, as we saw when India was bowling. But, India, thanks to the cameo by Dinesh Karthik, reached a massive 190, which was a big total for that wicket. Also, Rohit Sharma's start and Dinesh Karthik's cameo, these two innings stood out, and India actually had batted West Indies out of the match. West Indies had their moments, but then, the three spinners, Arshdeep Singh was excellent, both in the, power play and in the death overs. So India, a dominating all-round performance, 68 runs in a T20 international is almost equivalent to around 140, 150 runs in an ODI. So it's a big win for India.
Yeah. So first, let's talk about the batting for India. Rohit Sharma now, not many people have been talking about this, though I think we spoke about this in our preview show, Nikhil and I, about how Rohit needs to score runs. We are now less than 3 months away from the T20 World Cup. It starts in October. And here we had your top three, KL Rahul not in the team, Virat Kohli struggling at the moment, has been rested. Rohit Sharma then needed to get runs. And hasn't been doing well, Nikhil, and you take us through those numbers. This was so important because not only are you seeing this as an aggressive template that he followed in some of those shots, as we've seen Rohit do so often in limited overs. We saw those shots, but it was important for him to get these runs. It was important for him to get a big score, and he got that.
Absolutely. A timely performance by Rohit Sharma, who had struggled in T20Is and in the IPL this season. In fact, in the IPL, he has been struggling for the last 3 to 4 seasons. But a very good knock by Rohit Sharma. And, unlike his earlier knocks, he started this positive template from the New Zealand series last season.
Yeah.
And in this match, what happened was that he could not get off to a great start, a positive start in the first 6 overs. He let Surya Kumar Yadav do that, but he made up for it. 20 of the first 20 deliveries, but then what he did, he had 44 of the next 24 balls, almost striking at 200. So he finished with 64 or 44. Overall, India got that run rate. So Rohit Sharma, after a sluggish start, made up for the deliveries he had consumed in the first 6 overs and produced a high impact performance, a very crucial knock for Rohit, given his very ordinary numbers in T20I cricket before the knock at Aruba and his struggle in the IPL with his scoring rate.
Okay, so yes, India, an all-round effort as we've been saying, but one other thing that we were surprised by was Surya Yadav opening the innings with Rohit Sharma, making him the 7th opener in T20 internationals for India this year. And that then takes me to the next question, Nikhil. What is the thought process behind getting Surya Yadav to open with Rohit Sharma? You've given 2 opportunities to Rishabh Pant. He scored a 26 and 1. Not good enough for you to pass a verdict on whether he should be your opener. Why are you changing your openers? It's almost like, you know, you've got a little bowl of chits and you're just picking up names and putting those people out to open for you.
That puzzled me also, Maya, that why is Surya Kumar opening with Rohit Sharma? Surya Kumar has already established his position at number 4 for India.
Yeah.
In T20Is, for sure. I mean, he is the best number 4 in the world currently. So why would you experiment with Surya Kumar Yadav's position of all people? And why wouldn't you not give Rishabh Pant at least 2 to 3 matches in the opener's position? You've only given him, 2 matches in the England series. He hasn't done well. He's struggling in the format. He's in direct competition with Dinesh Karthik. The Indian think tank is desperate to play Rishabh Pant in the 11, given what he's done, in the Test and ODI format. So if Rishabh Pant has to be given a longer rope, if Rishabh Pant has to be, it has to be in the position of an opener, because he's already not done well in the middle order. So why would you not do that? There is some thinking behind this. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe Rishabh Pant is not comfortable opening. That's the only reason I can think. Maybe Rishabh Pant himself said, "I'm not comfortable opening the innings. Give me the number 4 slot as I do it, as I do in ODIs," and that can be the only reason Rohit asked Surya Kumar to open.
Yeah, it took him 2 matches to say that. Again, I'm sure he was asked this question even before in the T20Is in England as to whether he wanted to open for them, and he did. And clearly the reason behind that was that they want to include Rishabh Pant in this team, given how talented he is, given how good he has been. We saw what he did in England, and I think the reason is that they want to include him anywhere, wherever they can, just finding a spot for him. But getting him back, it's like you take 2 steps forward and then you go 1 step backward. You put him back at number 4 where he struggled again.
Correct.
What now?
As a big problem. Not only has he struggled, the batsman with whom he is in direct competition with has produced a cameo yesterday. So now there is a big problem going forward for India. It's not as straightforward as the Indian think tank want. It won't be easy for them when Virat Kohli and KL Rahul return to slot in Rishabh Pant in the 11. It's going to be a very tough call.
Okay, let's also take a look at Rishabh Pant's numbers to just see what he's been doing. And I think Nikhil made that point very clearly here. Rishabh Pant has struggled, Nikhil. There's no doubt about it. And surprisingly, because you would think with the kind of game he has that he'd do well in the shortest format, but he has struggled in T20 internationals and has been given enough opportunities. Almost seems like, an enigma there. What seems to be going wrong with Rishabh Pant in T20Is? He just doesn't get going. Yesterday also not timing the ball well, struggling. I don't know.
I think it's a mindset thing, nothing to do with talent, ability, because it is not the format thing. Because he's already done well in the IPL.
Yeah.
In a few, not this season, not the last season, but previous few seasons, he's done exceptionally well. So if he can do well in the IPL, which is also T20 cricket, why can't he do well for India? I mean, he's failed for India miserably. Those are very poor numbers.
Look at that.
I mean,
today, even this is yesterday's, right?
Average look at those numbers. Average of 22. Strike rate of 124 batting, and that is very poor for T20I cricket, given his role at number 4 or 5. So, Rishabh Pant hasn't done well at all in T20Is. And I think he needs
350s in 45 T20 international innings. We were talking about Rishabh Pant's strike rate as well as his average. And then I was thinking of Rohit Sharma again, because he was averaging around 20 in this year. And his striking at 129. So you can imagine how important this was. And Nikhil and I have discussed this so often about how the Indian team seems to be doing well. They have done well in bilateral series in T20I since the World Cup, even before the World Cup. In fact, they've got a very good record, but you just don't feel that air of invincibility around them because your top 3 are not really in the form of their lives. Well, KL Rahul right now again, it's difficult. Does KL Rahul now just walk into your playing 11 as soon as he comes back? And what if he doesn't score runs? Then will you still include him in the T20 World Cup? It's a big question. Given that KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, as well as Rohit Sharma, all three have similar styles of batting. I mean, you need an aggressive opener with them. And that's the reason why they're trying all of this. They're even trying to get Surya Yadav to go up and open the batting with Rohit Sharma. So this is important for the Indian team as to who that opener would be. But then the other thing we were talking about, Nikhil, was Ravichandran Ashwin. Where does he fit into the scheme of things in T20 internationals for India? He did well yesterday. So, you know, that question about why are you going back to Ravichandran Ashwin? Does he really belong in the shortest format? He's saying that, look, when you give me an opportunity, I know what to do with the ball. I can get you wickets. And he got two most
wickets,
important wickets yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he got the wickets of Puran and Hitmaier, the two biggest match winners in the opposition lineup, effectively sealing the match by the end of the 13th over. When he when he got Hitmaier out, you know, with that loopy off spinning, he was bowling very well. He was, that loopy off spin, flighting the ball outside the off stump. So he was not afraid to flight the ball. And that's what Ashwin does. He's a thinking bowler, you know, and therefore they want Ashwin in the T20 setup because he can prize out batsmen. And remember, the two batsmen he got out, both left-handers. His record.
Maybe, you know, they unleash Ashwin and all the teams which have
more left-handers. Yeah, more left-handers,
yeah.
So his record against left-handers stands out. His economy rate is amongst the best, you know, in the world for a spinner in T20I history. So that has always been in strong suit. So Ashwin is still in the mix. That specialist off spinner against left-handers is a tactic. So therefore he is in the mix.
Take a look at that again. Like we said, two big wickets. Puran looked dangerous yesterday. If he had not got Puran, maybe things would have been different. Also Shimron Hetmaier, we know what he can do. And interesting, teammates in IPL, no? To get his wicket, but 2 for 22 in 4 overs. And it was really the spinners when it came to India. And somewhere I think West Indies missed, you know, figuring out what the pitch was going to play like, because they went in with just one spinner, whereas India went in with 3, and you saw how well spinners did on this pitch. But let's talk about Dinesh Karthik. Now, if there was another player who was under pressure, was Dinesh Karthik. IPL has been extremely good. The reason why he got into the T20 international side for India was because of his performance for RCB in the IPL. But in the international arena, he's not been as impressive. So this was very important, Nikhil. And I think every time he scores like this, you know, you understand his value. You realize how important it is. And in a match, on a pitch where everybody else struggled, he was striking at over 200.
Absolutely. A very timely performance again by Dinesh Karthik. You know, questions were being raised that he hasn't replicated his success for the RCB this season in the IPL for India in T20Is. He did not have the same consistency. He wasn't producing the cameos. He had failed in more matches than he had succeeded for India. And it was important for him to produce this knock. And some of the shots yesterday, the 6 he lifted towards mid-wicket was absolutely splendid. So, you know, Dinesh Karthik is, you know, he's roaring again. One more knock like this, only one more knock like this in the remaining 4 matches, and Dinesh Karthik has almost reserved a place in the 11 because this is a specialist role, coming between 16 and 20, doing this. And yesterday it was a little different sort of innings. First 10 balls he was actually struggling. He made around 14 or something like that, but then he accelerated brilliantly.
14 of 12 balls.
Last 2 overs I think he scored 27 or 14 balls.
14 of first 10 balls and then 27.
27 of the last 2 overs. So, but the end result 41-19, India 190, match winning score, cameo.
I mean, because at one point India was 132 or 131 for 5 after 15 overs. And you were wondering the maximum they could get to on a pitch like that, which was sticky to pace, was 165, 170. And it was clearly only Dinesh Karthik who took them to 190, which is out of reach for West Indies.
Absolutely brilliant Dinesh Karthik. And, you know, I'm again saying one more knock like this in this tournament, and you know, in the subsequent Asia Cup, the home series against Australia and South Africa, and Rishabh Pant, is really in a corner then, because it is a direct competition. If you see the team composition, it is a direct competition between Dinesh Karthik and Rishabh Pant.
Yeah, I mean, now I get the feeling that Ishan Kishan is out of the picture, which is again surprising because you were really, every time you thought of a backup opener, KL Rahul, who has been going in and out, injury, surgery, whatever else, rest, you saw Ishan Kishan come in. Now suddenly, in the last 2 weeks or so, he's nowhere. You're trying everything else. So Ishan Kishan's out. Even in the ODIs, we were saying that they will possibly play Ishan Kishan. They didn't do that. So I get the sense that, they really are trying to figure out who that opener is for them right now.
Reserve opener. I think Rahul is the opener.
I don't know. I don't know. I do believe that that's something that's something that they will discuss. It's not so simple to just walk in. You'll need match practice. You'll need to get back into rhythm. There are a lot of other things. KL Rahul may have been brilliant, but right now going into a tournament, given that you're less than 3 months away, it's not going to be easy. So I think they're trying everything. But what I can't understand is why would you try Rishabh Pant at the top for just 2 matches and then bring him down at number 4 again? So that is completely...
That's a mystery. That's still a mystery.
That's a mystery. Okay. But let's talk about the bowling. We've already talked about Ravichandran, Ashwin. Ravindra Jadeja bowled well. And I think credit to the way we've spoken about this so often, about how well Rohit Sharma rotates his bowlers, how he knows who to bring at what point. He brought in Jadeja as early as the 3rd over. And you saw the difference it made with the spinners coming on early, knew that pitch was, gripping a bit.
Yeah.
Spinners were going to be a handful. And there you have, 5 wickets among the spinners.
Absolutely. Excellent bowling changes by Rohit Sharma, and therefore he is the captain. These subtle changes make a difference in big tournaments and big finals, and India is hoping that Rohit Sharma is going to win you an ICC trophy. Yeah, I'm not surprised the spinners did well, but for me, the Ashwin was the standout bowler for me yesterday because of those 2 big wickets he got. But I was also very impressed, Meha, by Arshdeep Singh.
In fact, that was the next conversation we were going to have on Arshdeep Singh because of how good he's been. And now, India have been trying to get a left-arm seamer into the squad, and it looks like Arshdeep Singh, every time he gets an opportunity, is solidifying that place for himself.
Absolutely, and I think India have identified how to use him. They're going to use him for 1 or 2 overs in the power play and then at the death. He's not needed in the middle overs. Yesterday he didn't bowl a single over in the middle overs. 2 in the power play, 2 in the death. What he did in the power play was, change of pace. The way he got Kyle Mayers out, who was batting very well, with a slow wide bouncer, and he was perplexed. He mistimed it and he was caught. And in the same over, he had hit him for a boundary and a 6. So he was going all guns blazing. So, then there's reaction of Arshdeep Singh. I am on top of things.
He was asked this question in the post-match press conference about whether he should have gone short because he could have been pulled for a 6 again, and he'd already been hit, like you were saying, for a 6 and 4. And he said, I just went with my gut, my instincts, and it told me that I'm going to just bowl short. And I think that also shows that he is a thinking bowler. He's got a big heart and just constantly trying to outdo the batsman, which is what he did in Kyle Mayers' case, and he really did get off to a flyer, Kyle Mayers. I think that wicket slowed things down for the West Indies. But all in all, you expect this team, and very often we've seen this, Nikhil, with this team, that there are these questions that we ask before going into a series, before a match, and more often than not, the players in question come out and perform well. We've seen that now. Yesterday we were talking about Rohit Sharma. He did well. We talked about Dinesh Karthik, how now things will be difficult for him here on. He did well. We also said Arshdeep Singh, given opportunities, can he solidify his place? He did well. So yeah, they do, they do get back to doing what they do best.
We have solved most of the puzzles. It's just, two things are bothering Team India right now. Who should open with Rohit Sharma? How to fit in. Rishabh Pant in the 11. Apart from that, most other things have sorted out. The Deepak Hooda versus Virat Kohli debate is a debate amongst us in the studios. They know, I think they're playing Virat Kohli.
They are playing Virat Kohli. I also think so. And I think that's why it gets difficult. That's why you want your openers to be informed, to be scoring runs. You know, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul, the way they went into the T20 World Cup. You need runs now. It's been a while since your opener scored, since Virat Kohli scored. So, yeah, I mean, at least Rohit Sharma has got this score, so that's great. But yeah, okay, time for us to wrap this up. But all of you who are following the Commonwealth Games, India have won their first medal at the Commonwealth Games 2022. Sanket Sagar, he has won a medal in weightlifting in 55 kilogram category. That's right. He, in fact, lifted a total of 248 kgs, 113 in snatch and 135 in clean and jerk to win a silver for India. Mirabai Chanu is going to be in action on in the evening at around 8, so hopefully she will do well as well. But there you have it. India won their first medal. 6 o'clock is when we come back with all the latest from the Commonwealth Games. That's our Commonwealth Games special program. News9 Sports is what you need to subscribe to get all of the details there. And that bell icon, press it. Every time we go live, you'll know we're live. So 6 o'clock, stay tuned. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.